Athletic of Hong Kong, China, and High Tech of Thailand, Bangkok. Well, it's going to be an exciting matchup. Remember, these two teams had to finish in the top three of both groups A and B. And while South China Athletics started off very well at home in the opening window, they had to win their final game against the Chinggis Broncos. Of course, a much better return, though, for High Tech basketball this campaign in BCL Asia East 2026, having won 3 out of 6 games. Of course, finishing second place in Group A. Because the crossovers now see, what's going to be probably a very exciting final 6 between, all 6 teams that have qualified for this stage. But it's the first time, indeed, a team from Group A has met a team from Group B this season. Well, a very exciting matchup we have, to say the least. And I think the key thing to look out for tonight here with High Tech is going to be Freddie Leash and Akos Phils, both players leading High Tech this season in scoring, and no doubt their input is going to be so instrumental on the offensive end. Well, there's Nakorn Jaisanek, one of the legends of Thai basketball. Diaby, who's had a fantastic campaign, really has come into his own. But Janatip Jakawan, one of the legends, one of the greatest players in the history of Thai basketball. You probably see him play many times for the Thai national team in FIBA Asia Cup qualifiers. And who knows, one day, maybe they'll lead that national team to an Asia Cup and maybe a FIBA Basketball World Cup. Glenn Yang, the man who had 13 points in those final 4 minutes on the road in Ulaanbaatar, Mongolia, that did seal the deal for South China Athletic to qualify for the final 6. This team, of course, has been led by Kevon Davenport, who's been averaging 2 rebounds shy of a double-double. And there's Jim Januet, Calvin Sang. Of course, many would regard him as the future of Hong Kong China basketball, but the new signing, well, a lot of excitement, of course. Of course, coming from Briscoe, a former NBA player, and now bringing his talents to SCA here at BCL Asia East. This is the final 6. It's the top 2 teams in each group here, the final 6 that will go on to the semifinals, and then to find out who will go to the final. Remember, all roads will end for the BCL Asia final tournament, but now here in Johor, Malaysia, well, it's only going to be an exciting matchup. Players now shaking hands with each other, just paying each other the appropriate homage as now we just get set before we enter play. Now we're going to introduce our 3 referees for tonight's game. From Korea, we have Lee Kyung-won. From Indonesia, we have Budi Marfan. And from Malaysia, we have Oh Xiong Chan. The technical delegate tonight is Wong Chung Min from Malaysia. So a big thank you to all of our referees and officials who've done a magnificent job in all of our games, and they'll continue to do a great job tonight here in Johor Bahru, Malaysia, for BCL Asia East Final 6. Well, we're going to take a look at the starting lineups for these 2 teams very soon. I guess we will begin with High Tech and Freddie Leash. I mean, he's become one of the ultimate icons of East Asian basketball. I mean, he's played in some of the top Asian countries, and now even here in his elite years, trying to lead High Tech to the BCL Asia. Because they played in the former FIBA Asia Champions Cup, but here in BCL Asia East, I mean, it's been a magnificent opportunity for the best team from Thailand to really showcase their talent, but also they did a magnificent job of hosting the window in which we did see a big victory for High Tech. That was against Delhi United. Well, this group, of course, very tough group indeed, in which the undefeated Taoyuan Phuyen Pilots are the 3rd team in this group. We'll also see later on tonight, Johor Southern Tigers, our hosts, will be taking on, indeed, their rivals. And now we'll take a look at some of the key players. Now, we mentioned Glenn Yang, Chan Vi-yu as well, and Lung Shil-wah, one of the legends of Hong Kong China basketball. And the 2 players to look out for, Kevon Davenport and Jung Jam-yuen, Calvin Sang. Well, Yip Yu Pong as well, another national team player. But Briscoe, their new signing, what is he going to bring to the table? While for High Tech, a lot of continuity with this team. Many players have played together with the Thai national team, such as Janatip Jakawan, as well as Nakorn Jaisanek. But also, as we mentioned, Eric Freeman, Emmanuel Ajesi, who's just come off the back of a season in Mongolia in the MBA, now returning for a 2nd campaign here in BCL Asia East. And a new addition, Spencer James Williams Rogers, who joined this team actually when they came here for their window in Johor, Malaysia. So 2nd time High Tech has played in this arena, this venue. Well, there are the upcoming games later on. Johor Southern Tigers will take on Chingas Broncos tomorrow. High Tech will take on the Pilots. Broncos will then take on Dewa United. And the final games of the groups will see Pilots against SCA, and Dewa will have a rematch against Johor Southern Tigers. It will be the fourth meeting between those two teams. Well, we thank everybody, excuse me, for joining us live here on FIBA's international platform. Again, if you're watching this live stream, please hit that like button, subscribe to FIBA on YouTube, and make sure you follow BCL Asia on all social media platforms, X, Instagram, and Facebook. Well, a lot of noise was made about Briscoe when he signed with SCA. And there's going to be his backcourt partner, Calvin Sang. Now, you got to remember, Calvin Sang has been probably one of the top backcourt players. I mean, what's interesting is that Coach Lo Yi-Ting doesn't always start Calvin Sang alongside Glenn Yang. Usually he starts one and brings the other off the bench, but it's only towards the long run of the game he puts both of them in at the same time. And Glenn Yang is a combo guard, so they can shift him to the 2 role. So it's going to be very exciting to see the mold that is built here with Briscoe in this lineup. The head coach, Coach Lo Yi-Ting, born and raised in Shenzhen, but made in Hong Kong, China basketball. And no doubt here for High Tech. Well, we've talked about the legendary team, the legendary players. But Coach Le Diakul, of course, another one who's been around not only Thai basketball, but one of the big names of Southeast Asian basketball as well. But Akas Fields, number 24, that is going to be the key go-to player to look out for tonight here from High Tech. Well, if you compare the style of play between SCAA as well as High Tech, I mean, both teams have a lot of similar attributes. They like to play a very high-tempo game, but they also have very creative backcourt players. I just imagine Eric Freeman is going to be a key go-to player tonight here, especially inside the paint, because he's going to have to go up against Rodrigo Della. And that is going to be a great battle inside the paint between two very elite post players. Well, he was a great player for Hong Kong, China back at the 2017 FIBA Asia Cup. Because one of very few players from Hong Kong, China that's played in the CBA. But he's done a great job so far. They had a very good opening window. They probably should have picked up one more victory. The 2 close defeats against both the Pilots and the Chingas Broncos. But winning that head-to-head against the New Taipei Kings was crucial. That final win, winning on the road against Chingas Broncos, defending champions of BCL Asia East. That fourth quarter 4-minute comeback led by Glenn Yang. Well, it's actually going to be Glenn Yang and Calvin Sang starting in the backcourt along with the likes of Rodrigo Della. Now, Briscoe's also in the lineup with Kevon Davenport, I believe. Well, they're going to go Davenport at 4, Rodrigo Della at 5. Well, the case for High Tech is going to be Janitip Jakaran, who'll probably be the natural power forward. That man, Eric Freeman, will be the starting center. Well, this journey did begin back in Causeway Bay in the heart of Hong Kong, China. That opening game between the Broncos and South China Athletic. But now we finally made it to the final 6. It's High Tech versus South China Athletic. Welcome, everybody. Don't go anywhere as we're now set for tip. Akas Fields coming up with the first possession. Wants to go right at Calvin Sang. And it's just simply that easy. The man averaging 20+ points per game. But defensively, SCA have to have their guard ready whenever Akas Fields has the ball in his hands. Sang now goes to his left, penetrates, hesitates. Good rejection by Freeman. That goes out of bounds. 4.5 left on the shot clock. SCA will have this on the baseline. That's good recovery defense from Eric Freeman. Briscoe left time and space. He'll fire a 3. This one's up. Can't get it. Rebound secure by Fields. At least tries to push the tempo. Well, nearly, well, she does nutmeg, but Janitip Jakaran just able to recover the play. Still plenty of time here for High Tech on the shot clock. Good defense of Glenn Yang. Leash pulls up from 15, a little too short. Davenport comes up with it. That's what SCA wants to do. They want to run. And Della coming up for the high screen. Sang just patiently waits, but now goes back to Briscoe. Briscoe penetrates, goes in, another block, this time by Jackarwan. As now Leash tries to push this one. High Tech just trying to find some stability here in their offense. Faking the handoff now. Freeman wants us in the paint. And that's going to be an early foul against Briscoe. I'm not sure if they've called this. I think this is called on the ground, so it's going to be a baseline possession coming up to High Tech. Fresh 14 here for High Tech. Leash matched up by Glenn Yang. Little curl screen action. Now Jackarwan. Now he can make these from 15 and comfortably tucks that one away uncontested. Because the man who's come a long way in his career since those early days of FIBA Asia Cup qualifiers with the national team. That time coached by Chris Dalio. South China Athletics still looking for the first field goal. Glenn Yang wide open the corner. 50-50 now. Davenport will try his luck from downtown. 3 is up and 6 is one. SCA's leading scorer getting the first 3 points of their campaign here in the final 6. Well, good hands by Davenport. Wants a 3-on-2 if they can get numbers ahead. Glenn Yang goes in, avoids the block, and gives them a 1-point lead. And a quick conversion for the turnover. The High Tech getting it out quickly. Leash 3. That goes over the backboard, out of bounds violation. This is what we talk about. Both teams, they will push the tempo. They'll play quickly. Briscoe just trying to curl screen action. Now penetrates, goes in, and he does get the out one. But Isaiah Briscoe will go to the free throw line. Well, it's his first time playing for South China Athletic, and it's his debut here in BCL Asia East. Former Kentucky Wildcat, only played 2 years in the NCAA, originally from Newark, New Jersey. Started his pro career back in 2017 in Tallinn, Estonia, and he's only just come out of a brief campaign in the Chinese Basketball Association because he played for the Fujian Sturgeons in the CBA. Because many will remember, second pro season, actually played for the Orlando Magic very briefly in the NBA. Giving SCA a slender 3-point lead. Janitip Jackarwan finding Akasfields. The player, High Tech, want to get going. Good defense by Briscoe. Well, Calvin Sang ahead of him. Finds Davenport. Well, good hands, but good recovery by Briscoe. Sang comes up with the offensive rebound. Pump fakes. Little step through action. Well, High Tech giving up way too many second shots opportunities that time. Little high screen action coming, but a foul is going to be called. I'm not sure if that's on Davenport or if that's on Calvin Sang. I think that's on Calvin Sang. There's a bit of a change here tonight, and let's have a look at the replay here. That's one thing Calvin Sang. Now remember, still a relatively young player, but he's got to learn to play defense without reaching. Leash penetrates. A lot of contact. Good rejection by Andela. South China Athletic want to push this one. Sang. Cross court finds Briscoe. Time for another 3. It's up. And 6 it. 8-point lead to SCA here in the first quarter. The team from Group B flying with confidence. Slight change here is Lilakbe Pukul in the starting lineup, which we haven't actually seen so far in BCL Asia. What a move by Akasfields. Well, he is the kind of player, the go-getter. He'll get you a bucket, 2 points, 3 points in any circumstances. He doesn't mind the pressure. Sang penetrates, takes a bump, goes out of bounds. But that's going to remain possession to SCA. Well, Freeman asked the question to call for a head coach challenge. I don't know. And Della goes for post-up here. Good defense from Freeman. But it's simply better, more dominant offense from Rodrigo Della. The Cameroonian international has been so fundamental to both the offensive and defensive ends of South China Athletic. Nice pick and roll option there, Freeman. No foul given. Now Briscoe comes up with it. Now Glenn, yeah, oh, that's going to come off Freddie Leash. So that's going to remain possession to SCA. Because if you haven't been watching High Tech so far here in BCL Asia East, I mean, don't usually panic at this stage. They are a team that likes to ride on confidence. Now, they have made a change as Spencer James Williams-Rogers has checked into the lineup. Briscoe going for a back down. There's a good defense. Fields in the open floor. Pulls up for 15. But Freeman goes in for the offensive rebound. This is what I'm saying. It only takes a few plays for them to kickstart their offense. He's trying to pressure Calvin Sang. Briscoe pump fakes. Finds Glenn Yang. Now pulls up from 15. And Della comes up offensive rebound. Still can't finish. Still has it. And how do you keep Angela away from the second chance points? I don't think you can. Just hitting the first free throw. Guess he's been averaging just under 17 points and a double-double. The only double-double player for this team. Kevon Davenport nearly had a double-double, 8.5 assists. He's the leading scorer, but this was tough for them, especially in the Chinese Taipei window. Two very tough games against both the Pilots and the new Taipei City Kings. Akas Fields. Nice dish off, finds Jacqueline. What a finish! Wrap round layup, and now he'll go to the free throw line for the three-point play. That's a beautiful dish off by Akas Fields. As Lung Xiuhua is going to sub into the game, Calvin Sang will go to the bench. So imagine now SCA going to move Glenn Yang as the primary point guard. Still a 6-point lead here to SCA. Just under 4.5 here in the first quarter. Still coming off a curl screen action. Good recovery defense there. Davenport tries another three and extends it to a 9-point lead for SCA. Well, he struggled from the three-point line in the big victory against the Chingas Broncos, but it was that final three that he made that gave them the belief. He's getting around both defenders. Tough finish, and again, just kissing off the bank. That's a trademark Freddie Leash move. And we've seen him do that many times, not only for High Tech, but also for the Thai national team. Lang, extra pass, Lung Xiuhua in the corner. Briscoe's made one through already. We'll go for a step back, this one's up. Williams-Rogers securing the rebound here for High Tech. Now goes to his left. Finds Freeman, goes in, two-handed rim rocker. Mandela had to come out for the help side defense. At that point, no rotation from a help sider. And Eric Freeman just greeted himself to a two-handed dunk. High screen coming for Glenn Yang. Two-possession ball game. Lung Xiuhua goes to his left. Briscoe tries another three, this one's up. Jacqueline just being a beast on the rebounds is now High Tech trying to push the tempo here with Akas Fields. Fields pump fakes, a lot of contact. And now he'll go to the free throw line. Well, that's the thing about Akas Fields. He is such a complex player to defend. Because he's got the mid-range, the three-point threat. And here's another look at the dunk by Freeman. Well, Fields, originally from Wilmington, North Carolina, because played NCAA 3, Division 3 for 1 season at Averett University back in 2016. Signed in Thailand, because also briefly played in Turkey. Now has made Thailand his home ever since. 3-point ball game. Briscoe goes to his left. A lot of contact and finishes under intense pressure. Well, a bit of a coming together there between Williams Rogers, excuse me, and Briscoe. Well, proven to be a go-to scoring option already here for SCA. He just lost his balance at that point. Well, respect, admiration between both players. Freddie Leash working a screen with Manny Ajasu, only just subbing into the game. Fields now penetrates, hangs in the air, that time missing. Still leading score at the moment here for High Tech, but now Davenport. Well, Davenport loses balance, nearly turns it over. And Della twisting. Still time here. Briscoe thought about taking the three-pointer. Kicks out to Davenport. He's made one through already. Goes for another one. Wow, he's cooking already. And it could be a problem here for High Tech if he gets going. Back to an 8-point lead to SCA. He's just trying to pop this one out, but now Manny Ajasu pump fakes. Good recovery defense by Rodrigo Della. He should pull up for a quick three. Because he's one of those momentum three-point shooters. Good hands by Diaby. Adela comes up with it and now extends it to a double-digit lead here for SCA. Well, they have a great combo. He is an undersized center, Adela, but the key thing for him is, I mean, he knows how to position himself, as you quite clearly saw there in transition. Yang just reaching, but Fields recovers. Well, good anticipation again. Davenport comes up, finds Briscoe, goes in and makes it a 12-point lead. And High Tech will call timeout. SCA at the moment controlling the tempo on both ends of the floor. BCL Asia East, final 6. It's going to be an exciting ride here. We're going to head down to the benches to find out what the coaches have to say. Well, that timeout quite clearly was needed from High Tech. They've got to find some structure here in their offense. The problem for them is one too many turnovers. Lakorn Jaisenek, he can make these from downtown straight off the bench. Something to kickstart their confidence back into this one. One of the veterans of this team and Thai national team. Ajasu trying to be aggressive here with Andela. Davenport, tough pass in the paint, but is able to catch this one. Good defense from Diaby. Davenport, tough fadeaway. Are you kidding me? Wow. Tough with a capital T from Kevon Davenport. And how did he make that one? Davenport now up to 11 points. The only player in double figures so far in this game. Another pick and pop action. Manny Jesse tries a three. Front iron, can't get it. SCA looking to extend his lead. Davenport, good hands, good catch, good turnaround, and doesn't beat the buzzer, but it's an 11-point lead to SCA from Hong Kong, China against High Tech from Bangkok, Thailand. Well, we're going to leave you with some of the key stats and we'll run down the best highlights, but this is the BCL Asia East 2026 Final Six. What a start so far from Kevon Davenport, 11 points, leading the scoring so far. His second lead scorer is Isaiah Briscoe, does have 9 points. He's 1 out of 4 from the three-point line. I think the key thing right now has been the points of the turnover. South China Athletic, 6 points from the turnovers committed from High Tech and 12 points in the paint for both teams. But here are some of the top plays from the first quarter. Well, both SCA and High Tech are 33% three-point shooting teams so far here in BCL Asia East. But High Tech only 1 out of 4, whereas SCA, they're 50%, 4 out of 10. But the problem for High Tech, they've only committed 3 turnovers. But it's how clinical SCA has been when those turnovers have been committed. They've converted 6 of those into points. Welcome back, everybody. Live here at the Larkin Arena in Johor Bahru, Malaysia. BCL Asia Final Six 2026. Saicho Kwan will inbound this one. So another change in his. Yip Yuopong also into the lineup for SCA. Briscoe's got 9 points. Now becomes joint leading scorer along with Kevon Davenport. And a technical foul is given to Isaiah Briscoe. Well, he felt he was fouled on that play. So it's going to be a free throw here for High Tech, and they'll get possession back. Well, there's the main basket. It was afterwards. He had a few words. As Williams Rogers knocks down the free throw. Still a 12-point lead to South China Athletic. It's a great time as well because we've seen both sets of teams in Group A and Group B, but it's the first time we'll see the mix. It's only the second-place teams that change over from the regular season here into the Final Six. Nicole Jysnik finds a bit of separation from the mid-range. Williams Rogers coming up with the offensive rebound. Jysnik pump fakes. Contested. Wow, that's going to be well. Question here. The ball was on its way down. Could we be looking at a 4-point play? Now, the question is, was it within the cylinder? That's what the officials are going to have to talk about now. So we'll find out what decision they'll go with. So, no goaltending violation. As you quite clearly saw from the referees, the ball was not inside the cylinder. But it's going to be 3 free throws coming up for Nicole Jysnik. Standing at 190 centimeters. If you love your FIBA international basketball, not only the BCL Asia East, but he has been one of the key fundamental players for Thailand's national team. You can go back to the FIBA Asia Champions Cup road to the Final 8 of East Asia when he actually played for High Tech. I mean, he's been a great ambassador for this magnificent basketball club all the way through its history. Makes all 3 free throws, cutting it down to 9 points. Calvin Sang goes to his right. Now baseline. Going to double team. Top pass, and Della's got to jump for it, but Diaby knocks it out of bounds. 7 seconds remain on the shot clock here for SCA. Plenty of time for SCA to get it inbound and try to build something good. Briscoe flashes to the perimeter. Oh, they turn it over. Diaby comes up with it. Out of control now. Foul is going to be called, so he'll go to the free throw line. This is much more positive basketball being played here by High Tech. It's here in transition. I mean, Diaby is just so aggressive in transition whenever he has the ball in his hands. Because the key thing for him, the best game I believe, was against Johor Southern Tigers. Now, that was in the opening window in Tangerang, Indonesia. In that game, he only had 6 points, but they all came from the free throw line. And he had 10 rebounds. Also had 4 assists that night, 2 steals and 2 blocks, but it was a big overtime victory for High Tech, their opening win of the BCL Asia East campaign. Second free throw, no good. Yupuen Pong grabs the board. It's now Glenn Yang, wants to push this one. Yang crosses over. Hand up for Calvin Sang. Sang hesitates. Still time here for SCA. Sang tries a pump fake, gets Diaby off the ground. The putback no good. Well, Diaby able to recover, finding Williams-Rogers. He'll pull up for a quick 3. Oh, good tip by Nikon Jaisenik. High Tech recover the possession. Ajesu. Pump fakes, goes in, and all of a sudden, it's back to a 6-point deficit. High Tech go on a very inspiring 7-0 run, as now SCA have to call timeout. Well, like I said, High Tech, one of those teams. They ride off the confidence, the wave of momentums, as we've seen in so many games this season here in BCL Asia East. We'll be back from this timeout in under 1 minute. Well, if you notice, Kevon Davenport has checked back into the game, and when he left the game, that is when the momentum started to change here for SCA. Now, Isaiah Briscoe's gone to the bench. Tsai Choi Kwan in the backcourt with Calvin Sang and Glenn Yang. Sort of a small ball lineup here with Yupuen Pong as the natural 5. Davenport's got 11, and look out below. A lot of contact. He'll go to the free throw line. It looked like he was about to clear the runway and take a body with it, but nice little screen action there. Miscommunication by High Tech. He's been arguably one of the best scorers this campaign in BCL Asia East. It was that monumental game that he had against Chinggis Broncos on the road in Mongolia. He misses both free throws, and for every great player, there's always an Achilles heel for free throws. That's the case for Kevon Davenport. High Tech can't make it a 1, maybe a 2-possession ball game. Ajesu calling for a clear out. Oh, no look dive. Oh, baby! Are you kidding me? I don't know what was more impressive. The no-look dive from Big Manny Ajesu or the two-handed thunder dunk from Freeman. Well, right here, no look. Incredible. Welcome to the BCL Asia East Final Six. Oh, Manny Ajesu. Oh, please, show me more. Freeman unable to convert the three-point play. Still a two-possession lead at the moment. Calvin Sang just goes to his right. Gets right to the bucket, now extends it back to a 6-point lead to SCA. It's not the first time we've seen miscommunication from the high-tech defense. Well, Freeman demanding the ball in the paint, got it by Yip Yuen Pong. Time expiring here. Jicic will go for another three. That's way off the mark. Sang comes up with a rebound. Finds Davenport. Sai Choi Kwan will pull up for a three in transition. It's not going to go. Nearly 3 minutes played here in the second quarter, live at the Larkin Arena in the city of Johor, Malaysia, and a foul is going to be called on the ground. And unfortunately for SCA, they've already gone over the limit, so that's going to be 2 free throws coming up. So if you're high tech, you want to take advantage of this. That's a nice little entry pass. Well, the entry pass came from Atapong Lilafibatkul. As Eric Freeman tries now to try to chip into the deficit here for high tech. I don't want this to be a case of free throws becoming a struggle. Now, interestingly, Eric Freeman is actually from South Carolina. And growing up, he actually knew his teammate, Akas Fields. Played many times against each other as youngsters. Now they're teammates here in Thailand. And also in BCL Asia East. Still a 5-point lead to SCA. Lin Yang trying to make some contact, kicks out. Sang, little hesitation, finds Andela. Andela through the traffic, goes in, can't finish. Goes out of bounds, high tech will get it back. This bigger lineup, when you have the likes of both Freeman and Manny Ajesu, does make points in the paint a lot tougher for SCA to come by. Ajesu wants to take on Andela. Tries to bully his way, but he misses from just inside the restricted area. But Ajesu's got to keep going to that action. Sang goes to his left, finds Andela, another tough lob. Andela this time, no problem. Well, that's much better sequence. Calvin Sang just drawing the defense too. Probably could have done better on the lob pass. But Andela does a good job of cleaning up. Good drop defense by Davenport, forces a turnover. SCA in transition. Sang back to Davenport, pump fakes. And the tip-in is good. I just wonder, should high tech maybe think about sending Davenport to the free throw line more often? Like I say, he's a great player, but that has been his Achilles heel this season. Davenport's gonna be called for the foul. Not sure these are the fouls that SCA want to commit because they still have to play 5:43 left, knowing they've already put high tech into the penalty. Chanatim Jakarwan subbing in for Manny Ajesu. No foul trouble for anybody on the floor at the moment here for SCA, but both Isaiah Briscoe and Yip Yuen Pong are on the bench. They both have 3 fouls apiece. And that's been the case a lot for SCA this season, the propensity to pick up too many early fouls. As Williams Rogers makes both free throws, provisional substitution, Ibrahim Diaby will check back into the game. High Tech just putting on a bit of zone pressure. Sideshow quad down the middle. Davenport's made 2 threes. He'll go for a third one. And Della coming up with the offensive board. Drawing yet another foul. It's only going to be the second team foul, but that's on the ground. So no free throws coming up for Andela. Baseline possession coming up. Jacqueline just caught out of position that time. Andela catches a tough one. Little jump hook. Oh, yeah. Here comes Akers-Fields trying to push the tempo very quickly. Jami wants to find Jacqueline. It's a mismatch. Jacqueline gets a foul drawn against Glenn Yang. Well, SCA have got to have the transition defense on point because, as you saw, anytime High Tech gets scored on, they waste no time whatsoever getting the ball inbound. Well, Janitip Jacqueline actually spent 1 season playing in Chinese Taipei. That was back in 2021-22 when he played for New Taipei CTBC. As he joined High Tech back in 2020, returned to them for the 2022-23 season. As he makes both free throws. Again, the full court zone being applied by High Tech. Can they force some turnovers here from SCA? Luke Shawat finds Davenport. Pulls up from 15. That time High Tech crashing the boards. Any foul send High Tech to the free throw line. And Fields goes straight to the bucket. Oh my goodness! Well, it's a free world as Freeman goes in. And an unforced turnover by Tsai Choi Kwan. Well, when High Tech take a shot, somebody put a body on Freeman. And I'm trying to think, is that an alley-oop or is that a shot attempt by Akers-Fields? Who knows? Only Akers knows. Timeout called by High Tech, still leading by 5. 4:42 to go here in the second quarter.
Attention to all fans. Toyota W8528A, W8538A, please remove your vehicle.
Returning from the timeout, that 13-point lead has been cut down to 5. Can High Tech make it a 1-possession ball game? Fields goes right into defense. Freeman just wants to crash the rebounds every single attempt, and that will go back to SCA. You can just see how fundamental he is to the fabric of this team. Just brings a different bit of life into both the offense and the defense of High Tech. Freeman currently with 9 points, 5 rebounds. But SCA will go back to Andela in the paint. And that's going to be another unforced turnover. And SCA's offense all out of sorts at the moment. But you can credit that down to the defensive presence of both the front and backcourt players of High Tech. High Tech trying to get into an organized set. Freeman looking for the handoff here with Freddie Leash. Fields goes back door, back to Freeman. A lot of bumps, but he's unable to get the ad one. South China Athletic already have 3 players in double figures. Now, Freeman can't become the first high-tech player to get into double figures, but he's 1 out of 3 from the free throw line already this evening. High-tech have already taken 16 free throws this evening. Well, he came to Thailand only at the beginning of last season when he played for the Bangkok Tigers. Was signed with High-Tech just in this campaign as he makes both free throws. Sai Choi Kwan will sub back in for SCA. I don't think we're going to see either Isaiah Briscoe or Yip Yuen Pong back into the second half. Both players have 3 fouls apiece. And ever since High-Tech put in this little full court pressure, that's where the disruptions have happened to SCA's offense. Davenport tries another 3. He's made 2. That time unsuccessful. Jackaway, another big rebound. But Davenport comes up with a 3rd still. Sai Choi Kwan finds Calvin Sang. Yang goes to his right. Hesitates. And that's going to be a kickball violation. High-Tech's technical positioning has been much better so far here in the second quarter, crashing the paint on every SCA penetration. And Deller in the corner finds Glenn Yang. And Deller, crash, goes in. And he'll go back to the free throw line. Well, that time there, High-Tech, as good as they've been so far here in the second quarter, got to prevent Rodrigo and Deller from getting that paint entry. Well, he's 5 rebounds away already from a double-double. First free throw good. That's only SCA's 7th free throw so far here in the first half. That's now their 3rd miss. 5 out of 8 from the free throw line. Fields finds Jackaway. Jackaway twisting, turning. Finds Freeman, little teardrop. And now it's a 2-point deficit. High-Tech having their way in the paint at the moment against SCA's front court. Sang coming up for the high screen. Glenn Yang, 2nd 3-point attempt, and sinks this one. And a bit of deja vu from Ulaanbaatar, Mongolia. Fields wants to go quickly, hangs in the air, and it's just that easy. Open court. There's no defending Akers Fields. Under 3 minutes here in the second quarter. Calvin Sang hesitates. Oh, what a move! The future of Hong Kong, China. But here comes Fields again. Fields on the way, and simply beautiful consecutive transition plays by Akers Fields. And they've come off of SCA scoring on both possessions. And Deller is taking a few 3s this season. They'll take another one. Steadying it back to a 6-point lead. It's been a very productive first half for both teams. Jacquat, pump fakes. Well, the problem right now for SCA, defensively in the paint, they're giving way too much away here for High-Tech. Yang wary of the double team. Sai Choi Kwan goes baseline, finds Andela, a lot of contact. And now here comes Freddie Leash. Leash wraparound behind the back. Oh, trademark, fantastic Freddie. Oh, he makes the game look fun. Now it's only a 2-point deficit, excuse me. As we're under a minute and a half. Glenn Yang. Andela hesitates in the mid-range. Davenport tries another 3. This one's up, and he'll continue to cook. Kevon Davenport, 16 points, 5 rebounds, 3 assists, and already 4 steals. Well, he wants to play for a BCL Asia East Most Valuable Player Award, and he's playing like it already. Timeout called by High-Tech, 1:16 to go here in the second quarter. We'll be back in just under 1 minute. thing about this game right now, a total of 50 points have been scored inside the paint. High-Tech slightly edging out. Now, Isaiah Briscoe's back in the lineup for this 116. See if you're High-Tech, can you make him pick up a fourth personal foul? Well, he's going to defend Akers-Fields. Whoa, Briscoe comes up with a steal. Now wants to run. A lot of contact goes in. And now he'll go to the free throw line. Lessier have already converted 9 points from High-Tech's turnovers. The foul is on Lila Farakul. So Briscoe can extend this beyond a 2-possession lead here for SCA. Because one of the 3 players already in double figures at the moment here for SCA. Third lead to score tonight. Well, interesting, when he played in Greece 2 seasons ago, he was actually teammates with Ahmed Hill, who's currently playing for Johor Southern Tigers. They both played at Marusi in the Greek Basketball League. He also played in the Indonesian Basketball League for the Bogor Hornbills, then known as Borneo Hornbills. Ajasu wants to take on Andela. Nearly turned it over. And in the end, Akers-Fields able to pick up. Now, that could be a 2-for-1 here for High-Tech. Can they get a stop? Trailing by 5. Briscoe now goes to his left. A lot of contact, can't finish. 1 second difference between game and shot clock. Fields wants to go quickly, and a foul is going to be called. And that foul, I believe, is going to be against Kevon Davenport. Well, it was in transition. That's exactly Akers-Fields' game, but you just want to ask the question, could they have dribbled that down for the final shot? But in the other case, that is where most likely Akers-Fields is either going to score in this scenario, get to the free throw line. First free throw good for Fields. Makes them both. 14 points already for Akers-Fields. Now it will be SCA with the final shot here in the first half. Shot clock has been turned off. Andela coming up with a high screen. Sang finds Glenn Yang, pump fakes, twisting. Sang's got to take this, pump fakes. He'll go for it, and it won't go. And there you have it. Only 3 points separates SCA from Hong Kong, China, and High-Tech from Bangkok, Thailand. Well, it's halftime. Opening game of BCL Asia East Final 6. We're going to leave you with some of the best moments, the best highlights of the first half, and we'll be back in just under 15 minutes. It's SCA leading by 3 points against High-Tech Basketball. Well, SCA right now edging out from the three-point line, shooting 7 out of 15 from downtown. High-Tech, they've only converted 1 out of 6. Well, High-Tech only have 6 turnovers. Still feel like we have yet to see their best. Ackersfield's leading them at the moment. Joint leading scorer in the game with 16 points. There's 14, excuse me. Second leading scorer right behind Kevon Davenport, who's leading all scorers as of now. Well, High-Tech have to identify that Isaiah Briscoe, who's the third leading scorer for SCA, does have 3 fouls. If they can make him pick up a 4th one, surely that is going to limit the amount of time he's going to be on the court here in the 3rd quarter. Rodrigo Andela, second leading scorer so far tonight here for SCA. Well, the one area in which High-Tech do have an advantage against SCA has been points in the paint, 28-24. Because they also slightly edging out in terms of fast break points, only 1 better, but I think the key thing to understand at the moment is neither team really has been able to have a grasp on this game. The biggest lead of the game so far has been 13 points. That's been in favor of SCA, but it's a whole another half. First game this evening tonight here in Johor Bahru. This is the BCL Asia Final 6. It's been an outstanding journey, the 2nd season of BCL Asia. Top 3 teams of both groups A and B have earned their way to be here. It's going to be High-Tech with the first possession, because they're going to come back out with Ackersfield's Janitip Jacqueline, Freddie Leash, Eric Freeman, as well as Atapang Lila Fipatkul. Welcome everybody, live here at the Larkin Arena, 2nd half underway. Fields has 14. Remember, Briscoe's got 3 fouls. Fields just gets his way to the bucket. Now he's joint leading scorer along with Kevon Davenport. It's only a 1-point deficit. Briscoe handoff action here with Calvin Sang. Kicks out. Yang's made 1 3. Make that his 2nd one. Well, if he gets cooking, as we saw in Mongolia, it could be a problem for High-Tech. 8 points this evening for Glenn Yang. Fields pulls up from 18. A little too short. Briscoe comes up with it. Finds Glenn Yang. Is going to extend the lead for SCA. Solid 5-0 run, but High-Tech get it inbound quickly. Jacqueline coming to the right here. Little pick and roll action. Wants to go at Davenport. Strong move by the Thai international. Only 2 players in double figures this evening for High-Tech. If they get something extra, well, Jacqueline now becomes a 3rd. He's got 10 points, excuse me, but they can get that 3rd, maybe 4th extra score. This could be their game. Yang pulls up baseline. Nobody going in for an offensive rebound. 2-possession ball game. Fields kicks out. Still having the laughable pump fakes. Finds Freeman. Good hands by Glenn Yang. SCA have numbers. Briscoe, pump fakes. Oh, too much on it. Oh, they almost got it, but they threw it away. Sang goes in for the reverse layup, and what could have been a quick turnover and transition buckets, but again, here we go, and Freeman. Well, they beat me before I could even say it. High-Tech will get it inbound quickly, and again, Freeman. That's what they've been good at this season. Playing that high-tempo game. Briscoe just bullies his way into the buckets. Briscoe now up to 15 points. 2nd leading scorer for SCA. Because if you're a neutral fan, you want to see this game go right down to the wire. Lee's trying to find Jacqueline. Freeman again. It's his world. We just happen to be living in it. Well, how many big-time dunks has Freeman had this evening? It's like a buffet. Let's go, tough contested, 19-foot. Freeman secures the board. High-Tech looking to make it a 1-possession deficit. Leash has Jacqueline wide open. He's taken a few threes this season. But now Leash, time and space for 3. And all of a sudden, it's a 1-point ball game. Fantastic, Freddie. Leash now up to 7 points. Yang finds Davenport. A lot of contact there. And now High-Tech can take the lead. The quick tempo led by Freddie Leash. Still has it. Freeman goes in. That's going to be an offensive foul. Good defense by Kevon Davenport. Well, change coming in. So Spencer James Williams-Rogers subbing into the lineup here for Atapang Lila Fibatkul. Sang denies the screen. Andela. That time just couldn't keep control of it. Fights for it. Gets it back. Well, trying to take a body with him. He's fouled in the process. And now he'll go to the free throw line for 2 shots. Well, look at this right here. Angela was ready for a poster. And Akos Fields had to commit the foul because he didn't want to be put on the highlight reel. Well, SCA 70% from the free throw line so far in this game. They've only taken 10 free throws. Mandela, as mentioned, 14 points, has 5 rebounds. Why miss another one? Second missed free throw this evening for him. Second one good. Calvin Tsang's going to lead the game. Checking into the game is Lung Shihua. Because Kevon Davenport, the third player, also has 3 fouls. So SCA, they've got to try to ride this third quarter without picking up any more fouls from the key players. Still a 2-point ball game. Leash pulls up for another 3. Way off the mark. Big offensive rebound by Jackerwine. Remember, Davenport's got 3 fouls. And Ajasu levels things up. Well, it could go right to the final play of the game. Who knows? Both these 2 teams will have to go up against the Taiyuan Puyin Pilots, the only undefeated team this season in BCL Asia East. Briscoe, Lung Shihua, 3 in the corner. Scraping the side of the backboard, but now High-Tech, for the second time, can take the lead. Leash hesitates in the lane. Teardrop. And Della comes up the 6th rebound, and Leash is going to pick up another foul. Freddie Leash is going to check out of the game. Nakorn Jaisenik, he's actually come into this game and played some very big minutes in the first half. He'll now come in for the second half. South China Athletic just over 40% from the 3-point line. Davenport goes baseline. Field switches. Briscoe pulls up from 15. And Ajasu just keeping Andela away from an offensive rebound. Can High-Tech take the lead? Andela finds Ajasu. Good drop defense by Lung Shihua. It's Glenn Yang baseline, just finding Andela. And that's going to be the 4th team foul against High-Tech. So just like SCA in the second quarter, High-Tech have got to play the final 4:46 without sending SCA to the free throw line. Both teams locked in at 64. Can SCA reclaim the lead? Yang nowhere to go. Finds Andela. Another pump fake goes in. This time finishes. So now he is the game's joint leading scorer with Eric Freeman at 17. The foul is going to be called on the ground against Glenn Yang. I was going to credit FCA's defense because I was going to think they've done a relatively good job of containing Akers-Phils, but he's still 6 out of 10 from the field with 16 points. Because he is a walking bucket. Scores in a variety of ways that causes so many teams a lot of problems on the defensive matchups. And that's going to be an offensive foul against Matty Ajesu. I think everybody on the SCA organization held their breaths because they thought maybe Kevon Davenport would pick up a 4th foul. Now with 4:16, SCA can extend to a 2-possession lead. Just want to take their time on the offensive end. Trying to find Briscoe on the Iverson cut. Yang pulls up inside the paint. It's a little too short. And you can see the presence of Matty Ajesu. What he's done tonight is prevented Andela from already having a double-double, which is exactly what Rodrigo Andela averages here in BCL Asia East. Little paint entry, Jysnik wide open 3, and finally, High Tech have it. They've got the lead. Huge 3-pointer from the veteran. Briscoe into traffic. Now, regardless whether the foul is in the process of shooting, they are into the penalty. So you can see the frustration. Briscoe, well, he doesn't have an argument there because he did actually dish the ball out. So the foul hypothetically is called on the ground. Well, not hypothetically, definitively. But what's also undeniable is they're in the penalty. So he'll go back to the free throw line. He's 4 out of 4 from the charity stripe this evening, 15 points. As he makes the first free throw. Because came from a very prestigious NCAA program at the University of Kentucky. He's had quite a very decorated international career all over the globe, as well as the brief time in the NBA. Reclaiming that slender 1-point lead for SCA. Eric Freeman coming back in for Matty Ajesu. You could argue the depth maybe a little bit deeper tonight here for High Tech. Phil's defended by Glenn Yang. Jysnik's going to get called. Oh, no. I thought they were going to call a traveling violation instead. It's a moving screen that's going to be called against High Tech's Jatbo Chungyapin. And he's only just checked into the game. The good thing for High Tech, a moving screen isn't a team foul, so it's no free throws coming up for SCA. Sai Choi Kwan. Davenport on the backdoor. Goes out of bounds, but that's going to remain possession to SCA. 12 here on the shot clock. .310 to go here in the 4th quarter. SCA just getting it bound. Andela turning it over. Good defense. Now High Tech want to run. And here's the play. They want to put the ball in the hands up. Nice dive. But they fumble and turn it over. Well, he's just trying to get everybody involved. Freddie Leash is going to come back in the game for Akers-Phils. Well, good hands by Freeman. Force a turnover. High Tech have numbers. The foul is going to be called on the ground. That foul's on Sai Choi Kwan. Not a bad foul to give away. Only the 2nd team foul. Oh, so free throws actually. So maybe not such a good foul to give away. Zipian Pong will come in for this final 2:46 to give Rodrigo Andela a bit of a breather. Also, no free throws, actually. So it was a good foul. As Janitip Jackrawan will check back into action. Chapo Chung Yampin will go back to the bench. Straight to the bucket. Oh, he missed it, but the tip-in was there. Well, Davenport didn't want to pick up a fourth foul. Neither did Isaiah Briscoe. And High Tech reclaimed the lead. Want to go back to Briscoe. Most dangerous player in terms of a scoring option here in the third quarter. A lot of contact. Yip Yuen Pop pulls up from 17. That's way off the mark. Goes out of bounds. And that's going back to SCA. Well, Freeman already has a double-double. He's got 19 points, 10 rebounds. But there's only 1.8 left on the shot clock here for SCA. Got to get it inbound. You got to shoot it. Briscoe catches, fires. Yang fights for it, but High Tech reclaim it. Can they build on the slender lead? Leash goes in. It just does what Freddie does best. Freddie Leash now 9 points, giving High Tech a 3-point lead. Janitip Jackrawan switching against Glenn Yang. Yang down the middle. Finds Sai Choi Kwan, reverse layup. A foul has been committed, so 2 for now. Question is, who was fouled? Was it Sai Choi Kwan or was it Yip Yuen Pong? So I'm not sure who should be going to the free throw line here. So it's Sai Choi Kwan, indeed, who hasn't scored this evening. Now High Tech, a 10 out of 14 from the free throw line. So can he cut it down to a 1-point deficit? 139 here in the third. Again, the free throw no good. That's his second missed free throw this season in BCL Asia East, only a 6th attempt. Second one no good either. 11 rebounds here for Freeman. Oh, it's an on-foot. Oh, again, Sai Choi Kwan should have retained it, but unfortunately had the butterfingers. Slow Shawat will come in for Sai Choi Kwan. Freddie Leash inbounding for High Tech. Well, they want to find Freeman on the back door. Jackrawan just being the safety option. Now Fields. Time to cook. Freeman. Oh my goodness. Wow. His domain, his kingdom. Extending High Tech's lead to 5. Collapse defense here from High Tech. And now Leash. Can he chase it? And he keeps it under control. And Lo Yi-Ting, head coach of SCA, has to call timeout. Well, this third quarter quite clearly going in the direction of High Tech. As we still have 1 quarter remaining, we'll be back from this timeout in just under 1 minute. Well, the game quite clearly here in the third quarter has gone in High-Tech's favor. Nearly forcing a turnover, but that's going to remain possession to SCA. And SCA's offense, without the three-point threat, the paint has been so congested defensively from High-Tech. Glenn Yang. Still timer on the shot clock. Luke Chauvat saves it. Got to do something with it. Briscoe in the back door. Bumps. And a foul is going to be called. So crucial free throws coming up here for SCA. That was smart thinking by Luke Chauvat to save it from being a backcourt violation. Briscoe, quick thinking, attacking. Briscoe's got 17 points already. Can he at least chip this down to a two-possession deficit? If he makes both of them, this could potentially be a 2-for-1 for SCA heading into the fourth quarter. First one good. Makes them both. The show action there on the screen is now Akis Fields. Goes to his left, pulls up from 17. Well, Freeman goes in for another second chance points. But SCA can't have the final buckets. Because now it's High-Tech, just fighting for those offensive rebounds. Briscoe finds Davenport, goes in and cuts it down to 5. That will be the final play as we head into the final 10 of the opening game here at BCL Asia East. Final 6. Well, there was a moments of frustration in those final few minutes in the third quarter for SCA, but like I say, it's only a 5-point deficit, and they did a very good job as neither Davenport, Briscoe, or Yip Yuen Pom picks up a 4th foul. Well, we'll be back in just under 2 minutes. Welcome back, everybody, live here at the Lock-In Arena in Johor, Malaysia. Opening game of BCL Asia East, Final 6. High-Tech of Thailand, Bangkok, Thailand, excuse me, leading by 5 against SCA, South China Athletic of Hong Kong, China. SCA will have the first possession coming out. Lineup of Lung Chauvat, Calvin Sang, Isaiah Briscoe, Kevon Davenport, who's their leading scorer, and Rodrigo Gandela. The fourth quarter has started. Hightech now in a high 3-2 zone. Briscoe attacks the paint, can't get it. Rebound secured by Akas Fields. Now Hightech want to run, but Luke Shawa anticipates. Possession will remain with Hightech. Akas Fields will inbound it. Hightech will want to get off to a good start here in the fourth quarter. Good defense by Luke Shawa. Force a turnover. Nobody running with Kevon Davenport. Calvin Sang goes to his right. Davenport can cut it down to 2. Big 3 coming. Because they just haven't been able to get the same offensive rebounds here in the second half. Sang trying to match up with Freddie Leash. Leash, little step back, huge 3 coming. Oh, Akas Fields comes in for the interception. Hightech get it back. Fresh 24, and that's gonna be a traveling violation. On this stage, you probably want Matty Ajesu back to the basket, but try to get that double pay positioning. Again, Hightech in this high 3-2 zone with both Eric Freeman, Matty Ajesu. Oh, again, Briscoe. Thought that it was going to be a roll and a bit, well, just managed the dunk in the end. Well, Briscoe felt that Kevon Davenport was going to roll. In the end, it just resulted to a turnover. Biggest lead of the game now here for Hightech. Briscoe attacks the gap. Andela connects. Counted, he'll get the and 1. He can try to cut it down to a 4-point deficit. Sharp, quick thinking from Isaiah Briscoe. I think that's the 4th time they've tried to lock tonight with Andela. Foul is on Matty Ajesu. That's his 4th personal foul. But can Andela make the free throw? Excellent game tonight from Rodrigo Andela, joint leading scorer for SCA with 19 points. There's another foul by Calvin Sang. Because Pot, I mean, he's going to be a great player. We're going to see him play for the Hong Kong China national team. But one thing he's got to be able to develop is to manage the pressure defense man to man, because he has the propensity to pick up a lot of fouls. Leash. That time, slight little reach, little mid-range, and tucked away beautifully by Freddie Leash. 2 minutes played here in the fourth quarter. Both these two teams know they have to go up against. Davenport. Andela unable to secure it. Goes out of bounds. Hightech will get it back. Costly turnover. 2nd one here in the fourth quarter for SCA. That's what they want, that high screen with Eric Freeman and Freddie Leash. Oh, too tough on the pass. And just when Hightech could build their biggest lead of the game, they're going to give this back to SCA. But the zone defense has disrupted the 3-point shooting from SCA here in the second half. Change coming in for Hightech. Spencer James Williams-Rogers will go to the bench. So checking back into the games at the bung, Lila Fibatkul. Briscoe attacks the lane. Finds Luke Shawa. Gives up the 3. Still time here. Davenport keeps it in his hand and finishes under intense pressure. Ajesu didn't want to pick up the 5th foul. Only a 4-point deficit. He pulls up for a tough contested 3. It's way off the mark. That's where Hightech just need to play with a little bit more patience. They have the lead. They have the momentum. Davenport, wide open. 3. And nobody going in for an offensive rebound. South China Athletic, 8 out of 21 from the three-point line. That percentage has dropped. Now they try to manage Akers Fields. Now we're under 10. Fields, tough 3. That's going to go out of bounds. SCA will get it back with 6:33. High Tech hanging on to this 4-point lead. So now Fields is going to check out of the game. Natiko and Jysnik will come back in. It looks like High Tech have switched. They've gone back into a man-to-man matchup. Briscoe wants to take on Freddie Leash. Briscoe pulls up. Just can't get it. Andela just cannot get an offensive rebound. High Tech want to run. Leash. That time doesn't pull the trigger. Something to try and extend the lead. Wow, it's going to be another unforced turnover. And High Tech have had chances to build on their lead, but Len Yang just needs a little bit of help inbounding the ball. Lung Xiaohua just comes to his arrival. Can South China Athletic. That's going to be a foul. Only the second team foul against High Tech here in the fourth quarter. That's now the second personal foul called against Atapong Nila Fipakul. Because every possession now has got to be calculated from both teams. Andela. Briscoe goes back door. Andela twisting, little jump hook, and now cuts it down to a 2-point deficit. And High Tech will call timeout. Well, I said it, this game could go right down to the wire. 5:43 left. High Tech hanging on to a 2-point advantage. We'll be back in just under 1 minute. Opening game of BCL Asia East, Final 6. Live here in Johor Bahru, Malaysia.
Please remove your vehicle. Proton S70, Proton S70, JXL, EU Park Chill, JXL 1689. Please remove your vehicle.
Well, High Tech had to call that timeout because they've allowed that 7-point lead to be cut down to a 1-possession lead. As both these two teams have had some very exciting close encounters this season here in BCL Asia East. High Tech, remember, being down by 3 with 5 seconds against Delhi United, only for Freddie Leash to get a steal and a 3 to turn it into overtime. Pressure defense coming. Jesu pump fakes. Freeman goes in and big time play by Freeman. 25 points with the double-double. Well, here's another look at the replay. Isaiah Briscoe tries to force his way to the bucket, goes in, he'll get the ab one. Now he's got 21. If he makes this free throw, he'll become SCA's joint leading scorer with Rodrigo Della. Freddie Leash is going to come out of the game. Now imagine they brought in Ibrahim Diaby to defensively match up with Isaiah Briscoe. 5:06 to go. Still a lot of basketball here in the fourth quarter. Three-point play converted. 1 point deficit. Because the importance of this game, knowing both teams have to play against the undefeated Thai Pilots. Good recovery defense by Davenport. Ajesu wants to go for a back down. Andela, good defense. Jysnik kicks out. Big three coming. Can't get it, but a huge offensive rebound. Jysnik, another three. Andela towers for the board, but SCA just can't get a hand on it. Another one, third attempt, and third time lucky. Oh, that's a huge three-pointer from High Tech. Only their fourth three of the night. And the three, wow, the putback is good. Showtime here at the Lock-In Arena in Johor Bahru. Still High Tech hanging on to a 2-point lead. They want to find Freeman on the roll. Oh, they turn it over. And now SCA, that's going to be the final team foul against High Tech. So both Akas Fields and Janitip Jakawan will check back into action. And here's the interesting thing about SCA. All three leading scorers have 22 points. Rodrigo Andela, Isaiah Briscoe, and Kevon Davenport, who just most recently had the putback dunk. 4 players in double figures. Glenn Yang has 10. They can tie the game up. Can also take the lead with another 3. Haven't had the same success in the three-point line. Only 1 3 here in the second half. Briscoe under pressure. Comes up with his own rebound. Yang, third 3 maybe. Got it! And like he did in the fourth quarter against Chinggis Broncos. Clutch time. He's just trying to keep his balance. Can reclaim the lead for High Tech. Andela comes up with the board. SCA with a 1-point advantage. Looking to extend that lead. They can take their time. 15 seconds on the shot clock. Briscoe. High Tech no fouls to give. Bumps. Yang finds Davenport. Bumps again. Circus shot. He'll go to the free throw line, but that might not be a bad foul for High Tech. As I said, we're talking about one of the best players, an MVP contender, Kevon Davenport. But free throw shooting has been his Achilles heel this season in BCL Asia East. This season, 17 out of 38 from the free throw line. But he makes this one. And any show of a great player is when it matters, you're able to overcome the challenges. Second one good. 3-point lead for SCA. Still this time here for Akas Fields to try and make some magic here for High Tech. Andela matched up with Jakawan. Still time here. They want to go back to Akas Fields. Fields baseline. Circus shot, doesn't get it. Tip in, no good. Davenport, big rebound. Can SCA make it a 2-possession lead? 9 rebounds tonight for Kevon Davenport. 1 away from a double-double. Briscoe matched up by Akas Fields. Goes in, bank no good. And High Tech survive, and that's gonna be a foul against Luke Showa. Only the second team foul against SCA. Still 2:17 left. Not any time for panic at the moment for either High Tech or SCA. But SCA have turned this game around in the fourth quarter. Leash. Got to recover here. Briscoe trying to keep Fields in front of it. Little lob. Good anticipation by Kevon Davenport. Would be coming all game long from Eric Freeman. Both Freeman and Davenport leading scorers in the game. Davenport can take over with this. Doesn't get it. Huge rebound by Eric Freeman. And here comes Well, that is going to go. Let's see. It's going to go to SCA, I think. SCA will retain this. Just when High Tech could have cut it down to a one possession, 1 point deficit. Well, Nakon Jaisenek is going to come back into the lineup. 1:38 left. Can SCA make this a two-possession lead? High Tech don't have any fouls to give. They don't want to send SCA to the free throw line. Glenn Yang pulls up from 15. Back iron, doesn't get it. High Tech still with the energy, still want to run. Leash goes to his left. Williams-Rogers gets that screen, can level things up. Good block by Davenport. Jacqueline, wide open pump fakes, and he's able to cut it down to one. 1:08 left. Well, fasten your seatbelts to what could be a very exciting finish. Yang goes to his right, a lot of contact. Oh, he missed it. And now High Tech can reclaim the lead. Leash, three, transition. Luke Chawat tips it. Davenport comes up with it. South China Athletic can slow this down. Can put it back to a three-point lead. Briscoe, heavily defended. Oh, he turns it over. And now, there's a foul. And it's on the ground. That is a crucial play. A crucial foul by Luke Chawat. And I tell you why that's a crucial foul. Unless the officials they're going to review this. So they're going to go to the monitor. Not quite sure why. The initial call was on the ground. Let's have a look at the replay. We'll find out very soon what decision is going to be made after this. Big moment coming up. Just imagine, are they looking, was he in his gather step? Unsportsmanlike. Wow, this changes the dynamic of everything now. So this means High Tech will get 2 free throws and they will get it back. So no lineup. And Spencer James Williams-Rogers hasn't missed a free throw tonight. So he can give them the lead, and they'll get it back with 24.9. First one good. So High Tech, well, in the case of SCA, if he makes this, they're going to have to foul. If he makes this, it's the lead. And they have the 1-point lead. So SCA have to commit 2 fouls now to send High Tech to the free throw line. High Tech have got to get it bound quickly. SCA have got a foul. SCA, well, the shot clock, I had it wrong, actually. There's a take by Leash, can't get it. SCA come up with it. Now, one shot to win the game. Glenn Yang time, surely. Yang penetrates, finds Adela, goes up, and gives them the lead. Huge play. Dorje Umgoy. Well, one big possession coming up. A timeout called by High Tech. Incredible. Adela, 24 points. But could that be the bucket that gives them the win? High Tech will get one final shot. We'll be back from this timeout in just under 1 minute. Now it looks like another timeout is going to be called by High Tech because they have an extra one to give. So they're going to use a little bit longer to try to discuss, to build something out, because they've got to get one final play with 5.5. Well, we'll have to wait an extra minute. Exciting ending here at the Locking Arena. Well, it's their game to win or lose. They have one final possession with 5.5. High Tech with 5 players in double figures. Akos Fields, Janitip Jakawan, Freddie Leash, Williams Rogers, and Eric Freeman, who still is the game's leading scorer at 5 points. Well, here we go. Nakor and Jaisenik will inbound this. They got Leash, Freeman, Fields all on the floor, as well as Janitip Jakawan. Fasten your seatbelts, fans. Here we go. Opening game of BCL Asia East Final 6. South China Athletic have one foul to give. It's going to be a backcourt violation. Incredible. Wow. Lam Kao in the form of SCA. High Tech have to foul now. And the problem is, they don't have any timeouts to call, but SCA will call timeout. Incredible finish. Still this time though, 3.6, and we'll be back to this timeout in under 1 minute. Well, High Tech were cruising in the third quarter because they trailed by as many as 13. They took a lead as big as 7 in the third. Now it's SCA who are going to call another timeout. But if you remember anything about High Tech when they played against Johor Southern Tigers here at the Larkin Arena, they were down by 3 with literally seconds left. Got a steal with Freddie Leash and a 3-pointer to take it into OT. Can they make a miracle happen again? But we'll have to wait as we wait to come back from this timeout. SCA players already back on the floor. They just got one job: get it inbound, anticipate a quick foul is coming. What they cannot do is turn it over. Glenn Yang inbounding this one here for SCA. High-tech switching all screens. They get into Davenport, and he's fouled quite hard. So 2 free throws coming up for Kevon Davenport. Because you just have to wonder now. Again, their leading scorer tonight. Oh, I missed it. Well, 2.1 left. Davenport now for a second free throw. Second one good. High-tech have got to go the length of the floor. Diaby gets it inbound. Leash. Well, there's a foul committed. And it's only the 4th team foul, so there might be a little bit of time remaining. I assume the officials now will have to go to the monitor to find out how much time is left. Well, that was the foul by Lung Shihua, the unsportsmanlike foul, which High-tech had the game, you would have thought, won by then. Now, how much time was left on the clock? Unless, are they reviewing this to see if any potential upgrade needs to happen? Which in that case, it would be 2 free throws for Freddie Leash. Hypothetically, I mean. So, we'll wait to see what the officials decide. Well, it's a big moment coming up. The SCA players back on the court just waiting to find out what the outcome is going to be from this official review. Is it going to be an upgrade, or are they looking about time left on the clock? Looks like a decision has been made. So 1.2 left. So the officials have indeed extended it to 1.2 seconds. It's got to be catch, shoot, maybe time for a quick dribble. And SCA don't have any fouls to give. McCoy Jaisenik will inbound this one. Well, they want to find Freeman on the lob. There it is, no good. And in the end, it will be South China Athletic who pick up the opening victory of BCL Asia East Final 6. It did indeed go right down to the wire, but a huge victory for the team from Hong Kong, China, live here at the Larkin Arena in Johor Bahru, Malaysia. An exciting game, but there could only be one winner, and that winner was indeed South China Athletic. Well, what a game it was in the end. Well, the game that, quite frankly, nobody could call in that 4th quarter. It was neck and neck, so close. And just when you felt that High-tech could have gone away with a victory, when that unsportsmanlike foul was called against Lung Shihua, the 2 crucial free throws in the end knocked down by Williams-Rogers. But it was that costly turnover. The good defense coming from Glenn Yang. And these 2 teams, well, the next game will come against the undefeated Taoyuan Puyin Pilots. Well, we are going to get an interview with the player of the game. Because there's too many players to pick from. Too many players who could have won that accolade tonight. But in the case of South China Athletic, I think it's rightfully deserved that it goes to one player at this point. And that indeed is Kevon Davenport. 25 points, 4 out of 10 from the 3-point line, 9 rebounds, 3 assists, and 5 steals. So we're going to head courtside very shortly to get a few words from the player of the game. And also make sure you join us at the post-game press conference, where we'll be meeting with both coaches from both teams, as well as Eric Freeman from High Tech and Isaiah Briscoe from South China Athletic. As now they'll try to, well, this win is huge for them because both teams, I mean, respectfully, it's going to be exciting games against Taiyuan Puyin Pilots, but you got to think, against an undefeated team, was this the game to battle for second place? Might not be the case, but we'll find out. Well, very soon, you can see now Kevon Davenport getting ready for his post-game player of the game interview. Well, we are going to head down courtside very soon to get some few words from Kevon Davenport. Like I said, they'll get a little bit of rest, and then they'll be taking on Taiyuan Puyin Pilots to find out if they can compete for first or second in this group.
Good evening, everyone. This is the post-game conference for the Basketball Champions League Asia game, Super 6, between South China Athletic and the High-Tech Basketball Club. The game was won by South China Athletic, 92-90. I would now like to welcome our coach and player respectively, the head coach for the High-Tech team, Coach Nontapop, and also to our player from High-Tech, Mr. Eric Freeman. I would now like to invite or ask the first question to Coach Nontapop. He will answer in the Thai language, which will be translated in English by his assistant coach, Mr. Nitwitit. So, Coach, could you please give us your thoughts about the game?
เกมนี้นะครับเราสู้ได้ดีในครึ่งแรกนะครับและครึ่งหลังเราก็มาเสียในเกมป้องกันในตอนท้ายนะครับก็จริงๆก็คิดว่าน่าจะผ่านแต่ว่าวันนี้เราอาจจะมีจุดเล็กๆน้อยๆที่เราต้องไปแก้ไขกันครับแล้วก็ในเรื่องของการดีเฟนส์ของเราวันนี้ยังไม่ดีพอครับผม
Coach said like on the first quarter, yeah, we played really good, but in the second quarter, quarter three, quarter four,
we have the mistake some defense on the quarter 3, quarter 4. We get to the easy foul, and on defense we are not good. That's why today we lost on this game. Okay.
ขอบคุณครับ and thank you, Coach. I would now like to invite Mr. Eric Freeman to give his statement about the game. Eric.
I want to say, first off, great game to both teams, but we just started off the game just slow, stagnant, simple mistakes, simple errors, simple turnovers. But at the end of the day, we got to come out there better to play and ready.
Thank you, Eric. We would now like to open questions from the floor.
So my question is for coach and the player. The team already had a 4-point lead with 4 minutes 31 seconds left to play, but couldn't hold on to it. Can you guys tell me what went wrong?
I feel like we competed hard enough during those 4 minutes, but turnovers, lack of energy.
Coach.
ในช่วงเวลานั้นก็มันมีบางสิ่งบางอย่างที่ทำให้เราแบบพลาดในเรื่องของเกมดีเฟนส์ครับเพราะว่าเสียเทิร์นโอเวอร์ด้วยอะไรด้วยแล้วก็กับหลายๆอย่างตรงนั้นครับ
Coach said like on the next time we have some about each other on the defense and we got to make it over on that time. That's why we cannot do advantage on that time to get back to the beat to the Hong Kong team. That's why we lost.
Any further questions? No further questions. Thank you to Coach Nontapop and to Mr. Eric Freeman. Please stay where you are. Ladies and gentlemen, that concludes the end of this press conference with High Tech. Very shortly, we'll come back where we will be interviewing the respective player and the head coach of the South China Athletic team from Hong Kong. Thank you so much, and we'll see you very shortly.
Thank you.
on to our press conference between the South China Athletic team and the High Tech Basketball Club. This time we'll be interviewing the respective coach and player of South China Athletic. South China Athletic won that game 92-90. We have Coach Yi Teng Lo right next to me on my left, and we have Mr. Isaiah Briscoe on my far left. We're now going to invite Mr. Coach Yi Teng Lo to give his opening statement on how he saw the game. Coach.
It is a close game, okay, and then we did a bad job on the transition defense. I think they scored almost 15 points on transition offense, and then we gave up too many defensive rebounds. That's why we make the game so close. Yeah, this is 2 points of it. Yeah.
Thank you, Coach. Isaiah.
It's good first game for the guys. Just glad we got the win. It wasn't the best game by us, but finally got my feet wet, and this is my first time playing with this group, and I'm just glad we got the win.
Thank you, Isaiah. Questions from the floor?
My first question is for the coach. How important was this for South China to get the first win in your first game, considering that it's only a quick Final Six run?
I say he's only been 1 week in the team, so I think he's good chemistry with the teammate. So he's a combo guard, and then he's smart, and then he's a high-level player. He creates a lot of open shot for the team. So that's why I think this is good for us. Okay, if we want to try to win more games, we need him go more aggressive on scoring or attack the basket, and then he draw the defense and then kick out the teammates open shot, just lock it down. Okay, yeah.
My second question was how much of a luxury is it for you to have someone like Isaiah? So if you have anything to add on to that.
It's good for us, We make it to the Final Six, and then we have a high level. He's used to play in the NBA, so I think he will help a team a lot. Also the young teammate. Okay, he give us a lot of idea for the young teammate, and then the young player will learn from him. I think it's good for the team.
Awesome. Thank you, Coach. Now to Isaiah. You've only been with the team for a short while, but it seemed like you've jibbed with them nicely. How does it feel to have debuted with a win tonight?
It's always good to win. I think I'm pretty easy to play with anybody. I think my style of play is, I'm a selfless player, so I'm a willing passer. So I think you can put me out there with anybody, and we will gel and play just fine. About my game today, I wasn't the best, but whenever we win and I'm out there having fun and that just playing basketball, I'm okay. So everything is fine with me.
Awesome. And lastly, up next for the team are the undefeated Pilots. Has tonight's win added more confidence to the team as you prepare for the Pilots?
Yes, absolutely. And like I said, we got the win today. It wasn't our best game, So the next game, obviously I'm gonna be better to start, and hopefully that carries over with the other guys too, and just go out there, play with confidence, and we see what happens.
Awesome. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Coach.
Thank you.
Any further questions? No more further questions. Thank you very much to, just stay where you are, gentlemen. Thank you very much to Coach Teng Lo, and thank you very much to Isaiah. Please, gentlemen, stay where you are. Ladies and gentlemen, that concludes the post-game press conference. We'll leave it there. Thank you very much, and please keep watching the Basketball Champions League Asia Super 6. We'll see you soon.